Hi, thanks for joining me today for this podcast. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the five primary or highest emotions of the universe that are very predominant in nature, or I should say, perhaps the most predominant in nature, and how we can connect with those and help us be aware of the energies of the universe and increase our intuition, but also to draw those energies, those five emotions into our lives more and more to raise our voltage. And as we raise our own, we'll raise that of the universe as well. And so I learned about these five emotions from Dr. Sue Morter. I took one of her classes back in 2020 during COVID, and I learned so much from Dr. Sue. She's a chiropractor, she's also an energy healer, and I guess you could call her a shaman as well. She's a very spiritual woman and has good things to share with us. And so these five emotions, it is my thought, and I'm going to be tying them in today. I haven't heard anyone else say this. I haven't explored the topic exhaustively, so I can't say for sure if this is true. But to me, there are so many things about the emotions and our thought patterns and things like that that are so much associated with our five spiritual chakras. And so I don't think it's by happenstance, nothing's by coincidence, where these five high emotions of the universe are not connected with our spiritual chakras. I think they very much are. So I'll talk about that too. And anyway, so the first of these emotions is, oh, before I go into them, so I'll name these emotions, and then we'll have this activity or this experience, or not really a meditation, but in a way you can consider it a meditation because it'll be keeping your mind in the present moment, and that's always a good meditation. And so I'll name the emotions, and we'll talk about how we can connect with the universe, and that's I don't know how it'll all go. Maybe I'll tie it into the spiritual chakras in between. Who knows how spirit will lead. So anyway, the first of these five emotions, and perhaps the easiest to feel, or perhaps the greatest percentage of these five, is love. And to me, this correlates with the chakra. It's often called, because you have the seven chakras from your root, starting with one to your crown at number seven, and then the spiritual chakras are in your biofield, and you have often they're given these numbers anyway. I don't think the numbers make any difference, but it's a way to designate which is which, right? To know which one you're talking about. So number 8, I find about 15 to 20 inches above the crown. Number 9 is higher than that. It's about 40 inches is where generally, depending on the day and the person, in of above your crown, 40 inches above your crown. So the number 8, which is about 15 to 20 inches above your crown, that has the energy of like your life purpose, which our life purpose, one of our many life purposes, but one of our predominant spiritual life purposes is that we learn to listen to our body, or to align the hemispheres of our mind so that our mind is quiet, and then we can hear our spirit within us. And to catch ourselves when we're on the point of jumping into fight or flight, and catch it and say, and decide. So you have the choice. Oh, do I want to know? And of course, it's a split second choice, but you feel that tension rising of when you go out, and that's one of our life purposes, to get to the point where a lot of times, that'd be great if it was all the times, we could feel that tension or that deviation when it was, when the fight or flight was scrambling the communication between the hemispheres of our mind, and so we wouldn't hear our spirit, right? So that's our life purpose. That's chakra 8. That is not love. That's not the one of love. I'm just going over the 5 spiritual chakras first, and then I'll tie them in. That might be more helpful. Then I'll tie them in with the emotions. So number 9 is about our soul purpose, which is that once you feel that deviation, that tension, then to consciously choose to stay where you can hear your spirit, to live as a spirit being. That's our soul purpose, is often called, or chakra 9. Chakra 10 is below our feet, about 15 to 20 inches below the bottom of your feet, and that is about knowledge. It's about knowing that we're spirit beings, and knowing that our spirit is meant to lead and guide our mind. And I'll tie these in with the emotions soon. And then chakra 11 is close to the outside edge of your biofield, but it's on the inside. And it's about the giving and taking, that communication with the universe, because all our thoughts and intentions are always flowing outward throughout the universe, and the universe, we're always receiving all the signals that it gives. And so it's very much about living in harmony, receiving and giving, staying in spirit. Okay, that's our harmony, and that's what gets scrambled. That's what we work on in biofield tuning, or the many other energy healing work, and really psychiatry, working on those old patterns. Also, it's about our energy gets scrambled when we jump into fight or flight, if anyway, and hold on to those emotions. And it doesn't have to be fear. It can be anger. It can be pain. It can be powerlessness. It can be worry. All sorts of emotions and thought patterns can cause us to jump into fight or flight. But it kind of boils down to the mindset of fear, that we're not okay right where we're at. We're not enough right where we're at. And so, um, anyway, this is chakra 11. It scrambles, it causes those roadblocks and detours within the biofield that we're removing with the sound waves of the tuning forks and with our intentions. And so the more we live in harmony, the fewer roadblocks and detours there are, the fewer old stories, the happier we are in life, right? And so that's number 11, it's called. And then number 12 is just on the outer edge of your biofield. So say here's the edge of your biofield, and here's the outer edge. Here's the inner edge with chakra 11. Here's chakra 12 right here. And that's the love. That's about knowing that we came from the oneness and will return to the oneness, and that we're one. Knowing our oneness with the oneness. Knowing our oneness with the Creator, the source energy, oneness within us. I guess you could call that oneness with yourself. And so, to me, the love, which is the biggest thing, it seems the easiest to feel, because most of us feel love toward our parents, toward our children, toward friends. We can even feel love toward things we do or things we're attracted to. So love is an easy feeling to find, even when there's trauma involved with the people that we're closest to. When our relationships haven't been happy, healthy ones, there's still love there. We yearn for love. It's part of what's built into us, just like it's built into the universe. So love, to me, coordinates with chakra 12. And the next highest emotion then is joy. And to me, joy would be love. To me, joy I'm just thinking of this as I go through because I thought of it before and I'm kind of changing the way I looked at it now because they could be different things. And when I was writing my book and figuring out the five things that I learned from the ancestors, what they needed once they got into the oneness, it was kind of the same way. Some because those related to the five spiritual chakras also, only different aspects of them. And for a while, it was hard to tell which one was specific to which, but with meditation and thought and everything, they fell into place. And so eventually this will fall into place for me too, I'm sure. And it'd be great if it fell into place here when we're working together on this. And so anyway, there's joy. So joy, possibly, it could be that living in harmony, right? With the that brings us joy. It'd be the highest voltage we could feel able to have with all our energy flowing coherently. But joy could also, but that chakra 11, I mean, could also be very much, it could be um, instead of joy, it could be one of the others as well. So I'm going to just think down the road. Sorry. And so then there's love, joy. The next one's gratitude. And that feels like heart, right? Heart knowing, um, gratitude, curiosity, and wonder. And so, really, to me, curiosity, you need curiosity and awareness at chakra 8, right? Where you, if you're determining whether you're going to stay out of fight or flight or go into those instant reactions that we're all used to. So your mind has to stay curious and have an awareness of what's happening within you. That would be curiosity of what wants to happen, what is happening in my body. So let's call chakra 8 gratitude, curiosity. And so there's love, joy, gratitude. So let's talk about which one might be gratitude. I think I think gratitude is I think gratitude is number 9. Our soul purpose. I think it is consciously choosing because we're so grateful that we can live that way. Um, it doesn't quite feel like the knowledge of what chakra 10 below the feet would be, because that's about knowledge, knowing that we're spirit beings and that our spirit's meant to lead and guide our mind. That should result in gratitude that we're spirit beings and gratitude in knowing that and stuff. But I think gratitude is like that soul purpose of when we're in harmony with gratitude, we can consciously choose to have that which we're grateful for and to be grateful to make that choice. And so I think then there's love at chakra 12 on the outside of the biofield. There's joy. Let's call joy our high voltage. Let's call that chakra 11, just on the inside of the biofield, that communication, a give and take communication with the universe. And how high is our voltage? How much joy do you want in your life, right? How much are you willing to get rid of your old stories, to clear those roadblocks and detours so you can feel that joy? And love, joy, gratitude would be number 9, right? Being able to choose that which you love. And love, joy, gratitude, curiosity at number 8, knowing about 15 to 20 inches above your head, when being able to realize with curiosity, feeling into your body of when you're on that point of fight or flight, feeling into your mind, when are you leaving? Can you feel it in your body? When are you leaving calm mode? When are you getting tension there? You have to have curiosity. And so that leaves wonder to be about knowledge. And really, when you learn something new, My reaction is wonder. It's like, awesome. That's so cool. When I learned about biofield tuning, when I learned about the ancestral field, when I learned about the five spiritual chakras, it's like this knowledge was awe and wonder. And and so it's about knowing that we're spirit beings, knowing that our spirits are meant to lead and guide our mind. Surely that is a wonderful thing and causes us to wonder at the greatness of the universe, right? And so let's talk about how we can connect with these and bring these emotions into our life at any time, and how we can use those emotions, what we find in the universe, to feel it within us and then feel it in the universe again, and be outside of ourselves, kind of like an awareness of spirit in the world around us, and hearing and perhaps seeing, but hearing and knowing those, feeling those emotions in the universe. Because to me it was a wonderful thing. And so you start with joy. I mean, start with love, the biggest one, the biggest emotion, right? And so pick something. Now we're going to do this exercise. So pick something within you. Pick something in your life that you love very, very much. Maybe your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your parents, whatever, maybe your best friend. And think on that person or a thing. It doesn't have to be a person, it can be a thing or a passion that you love very much, until you feel that love for that person just bubbling up, just pouring out of you, and you just love them so much you just want to give them a hug. And keep that feeling inside of you. Keep that in part of your awareness of that love, and then go to joy. Now think of something in your life that brings you tremendous amounts of joy. Or maybe it was in the past. Maybe if you're in a sad place in your life now, maybe it's in the past. So think of something, whether in the past or something you're hoping for. It could be that would bring you great joy in the future, or what you have now. So tap into joy and hold that until you feel it very strongly. Tap into the joy. It's different than happiness. It's joy. Now anchor those two, the love. Go back to love. Now go back to joy. And now add gratitude. Something in your life that you are full of gratitude for. And just hold that. So close, so thankful for that. And then we'll go back to feel the love. Feel the joy. Feel the gratitude. And now we'll go to curiosity. Like I use that in the biofield all the time. What's going to happen? Spirit, what are you going to show me? What very cool thing am I going to learn today? How am I going to help these people today? What can we change that will make their life better? And the curiosity of how we can do this. Or how does it work? How does life work? How does nature work? Whatever you are very, very curious about, feel that. And then go back to gratitude, what you feel gratitude. And joy, what you feel great love for. And back to curiosity. Now one more, and we'll add and wonder. Wonder and awe. It's like, feel that in you. And add that to the other four. And now change your awareness. Instead of feeling in your body, feel the universe around you and the emotions that are always circulating throughout your biofield, through all of nature, all of the universe, all of it. And so practice, I'm sure it wasn't easy. Maybe it didn't happen for many of you. And it takes practice. It took me a couple weeks of practicing daily. I didn't practice all day long. I practiced a few times a day. When I thought of it, when I was outside, it's easier if you can go outside while you're doing this and go through those things as feeling those 5 emotions one at a time till you feel them strong, and then turn your attention from your body to the space around you, not to anything in particular, but to the space of the universe around you, and practice. It takes a little practice because we're not used to that. We don't think of things in that way, and it's so beautiful when you're able to do it. To know at any time in your life the universe is active, it's around you, it's loving you, it's full of joy for you, it's thankful for you, it's curious about how your life is going to go. It knows that we're a wonderful thing, wonderful creation, and it holds those emotions for us as we can for it and for ourselves. And so tap into the space around you, not anything in particular. Listen beyond what your ears can hear and look beyond what your eyes can see, or rather into what your eyes can't see, and hear into what your ears can't hear. And please let me know how that works for you. Practice for a while, for a couple weeks, or if re-listen to this if you would find it helpful in recentering and um, putting getting it going again, getting that going within you, listening again to have the emotions say in that order might helpfully, or have me listen to me explain it again. And I'm sorry I was kind of random. I'm just thoughts in motion today with you because I wanted to share it. And I hope that you take advantage and be out in the beautiful nature today in some way, and that you find this and feel this love, joy, gratitude, curiosity, and wonder within you and within the universe, and that you can know that you can feel it and it's there for you at any moment, any time, any day. So thank you very much. Please join me on Sunday evening, May 31st. It's the blue moon, the second full moon in May, and we'll have the old world energy grid tuning. And join your intentions to mine to repair and restore and reconnect all the parts of the grid. And love to see you there. Please like and subscribe if you find this helpful in any way. And bye-bye. Take care.